Hello everyone, and welcome to my classic series. So we're doing it a bit different today. I'm doing it as a live stream rather than pre-recorded, so you can join in the fun if you so wish. So last time we cut the grass on field 40, so today we are going to head up to the what do you call it? We're going to head up to the shop and we're going to go and get a windrower and start rowing up the field. Fingers crossed we can get this all done today in this session. It's kind of the plan anyway, because I want to turn all this grass into silage so that we can eventually at least get a couple of cows. That's what I'd like to do. Because then obviously they'll produce a bit of milk and that'll earn us a bit extra money, because money is incredibly tight, especially with us playing on hard mode. So I think we'll get the windrower, and then we'll get everything rolled up, and then once we've got the once we've got it all rolled up, we'll then buy the collection wagon, get it all collected up, put it in the silage pit, and we should be good to go then, hopefully. At least fingers crossed anyway. It should be a step in the right direction. And then after that, I think we're going to have to just look at doing some contracts, because obviously we're in late spring now, and we can't really do much on our farm until the crops grow. You know, so we are pretty much just basically waiting on the crops growing. Obviously it would probably help if I sped time up, but I'm not going to do that just yet, because I don't want the grass turning into hay. Obviously because it will dry in the sun and it is quite warm, and we don't want that happening. So we have got, it's not so much a classic windrower, but it is sort of like a small one, an oldish one. I think it's a coon windrower that we're going to collect. I'll have a look at it when we get to the shop. At least we'll be able to afford it. I think it's like 1,500, something like that. We're not going to have a lot of money by the time we finish what we're doing today. But what I'm sort of thinking is, if we can do a contract, get some money in, we could then put a front loader on the windrower, on the Ferguson, and then once we've put the front loader on the Ferguson, we may be able to sell a bit of the silage as well. That might also be an option. So keep some for the cows for when we get them, and then also put sell some to the BJ. That might also be an option. Bring in a bit of money, hopefully anyway. Right, so shop is just here on our right. We'll go and pick up the windrower, and we can get cracking on that field then and get all that grass rolled up before it turns into hay, because we don't want that. Right, just before I go into the shop, just bear with me one split second. There we go. Right, sorry about that. Right, so oh, my game seems to have froze out. Just bear with me. Don't know what's going on. There we go. Don't know what happened then. It just sort of froze up on me a second then. Right, so we are after the windrower. Where is it? Windrowers. And we're going for the... Oh, it's a Pottinger, not a coon, sorry. So we're going for this Pottinger. It is 2,000, but it is what it is, kind of thing. We're just going to have to persevere with everything. Wow, my game's been a bit slow today. I don't know what's wrong with it. Well, anyway, we're going to buy it because we know what it looks like. Wow. This is lagging out. Don't get why. Never had this happen before. Just doesn't seem to want to load. Unless it's the windrower. Could be the windrower, actually. That's unusual. Never had that happen to me before. Come on. Load. Huh. That is strange. I'll turn the engine off for a second. No point having it running. the game is perfectly fine. It's running. I just don't understand why that isn't working. Let's click something else, see if it happens. No, it's doing it on everything, isn't it? Right, just bear with me. It looks like I'm going to have to reload the game because clearly there's a problem. So just bear with me for 1 second and I will get it reloaded. Won't take me too long. I'll be right back.
You got me loose. My heart was troubled, now I'm fine. Ooh, sky is blue, the snow is gone now from the streets. Oh, so soon we'll be blessed with summertime. Do you hear the imagination's got me hard. Sky is blue, the doubt is gone up from my mind. Maybe soon I'll have your body up on mine. Do you hear the blackbird? Do you feel it here? Must be feeling something. Maybe it's the thrill of the spring. Maybe it's a love thing. Do you hear the blackbird? Do you feel it here? Must be feeling something. Maybe it's the thrill of the spring. Maybe it's a love thing. Do you hear that? Do you hear? Do you hear? Do you hear? Do you hear the blackbird? Do you feel it here? Must be feeling something. Maybe it's the thrill of the spring. Maybe it's love. Do you hear the blackbird? Do you feel it here? Must be feeling something. Maybe it's the thrill of the spring. Maybe it's a love thing. I think about you all the time. You got me.
Okay, we're back. So it seems to be the fact that I've had this map seems to have a problem with seasons. I don't know why. It's supposed to be seasons ready, but that's I've never had it freeze up on me like that before, where I can't buy anything. But I have had to restart the map twice in the last like week because it just completely froze out, infinite loading screens, and it had only loaded for turned seasons off. So I've turned seasons off again. I think I'm going to keep it off on this map. It just does not seem to like it. So anyway, let's continue. We need a windrower. So let's get a windrower bought. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain that. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, so let's get that. So we've got the windrower now. Yeah, I just honestly don't know what's going on with it. With seasons, it just doesn't seem to like it. So we'll keep it off, and then hopefully it should run a lot smoother. Like I said, I've never used seasons before, so I don't know whether it's a common thing or whether it's just a random occurrence. But it just doesn't seem to like it on this map. I don't know. We'll try seasons again on a different map. We'll just run as we're going on this for now. In normal. Is what it is, I suppose. Nothing we can do about it. Right, so we'll get back. This windrower seems massive on this tractor. It seems absolutely huge. But saying that though, the bigger the better. Gets the job done. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, so sorry for that interruption just then. It was unexpected. Did not anticipate the game freezing up like that. But we'll continue now, and at least we can crack on with the job. So yeah, but aim's still the same. We're just going to keep going. We're going to make the silage, get a couple of cows. We're still going to keep to the same sort of thing. It's just obviously less the seasons mod, which is unfortunate because I was looking forward to progressing through with the seasons, but it is what it is, I suppose. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just one of them things. I know it is going to make the game a little easier, which is supposed to be a bit of a challenge, but it's still going to be a challenge. It just won't be as challenging because we haven't got to wait like a year or a few seasons to be able to harvest our crops and what have you. It's a shame. It really is, but obviously nothing we can do about it. So yeah, I think we'll get that road up. We'll get the collection wagon and get it collected and put into the silage pit. And then, obviously now we haven't got seasons on, I don't know what next really. I think it's going to probably still be contracts. Probably just do 1 or 2 contracts, but like we said before, we are going to be using our equipment. So if we haven't got the equipment to do the job, we won't be doing it. Simple as that. I'm not using modern equipment. We're keeping away from it as best we can anyway, at least. Ooh, what's happened to the grass? It's all gone white. That is weird. Let's hope it still works and it hasn't corrupted it. That is strange. Hopefully it fixes itself when we start to windrow. That is really weird. Hopefully we can windrow it and it hasn't, like I said, corrupted the thing. We'll soon find out. I know we shouldn't be windrowing in the rain, but we will do. Right, so let's see what happens. Yeah, it's corrupted the grass. Oh dear. Oh dear. That is not good. That really is not good. Let me see if I can fix it. So let's go into the easy development mod and we'll reset the field. So what field is it actually? I've forgotten. Field 40. So let's see if we can reset the field. So it's supposed to be grass. We may have to cut it again, which is going to be really annoying. Let's put it into the max growth state. And then it wasn't fertilised. We'll make sure it's ploughed because I can't remember if it said it was ploughed or not. Wheat state off, lime state off, spray state and by farmland. Right, let's reset it. Oh, that was field 10. Oh lord. 40. That's what we wanted. 40. Let's put it up to 40. Try that again. Ooh, it's got this weird white texture on it now. That is strange. What field is field 10? Oh, I've mucked field 10 up after we ploughed it. That was a soybean field. Right, I'll have to do that one too. Oh, F11. Right, that was supposed to be soybeans. Growth stay 1. I think it was fertilised 50%. And then we will put it, leave the rest as it is. We'll see how it turns out. That was my mistake, shouldn't have been mucking about with it. Right, I don't know what we're going to do about this strange white texture on here. That is a bit messed up. But it looks like we're probably going to have to cut it again, which is really, really annoying. And my mower is not very quick, because the power to power ratio seems to be a bit out of whack on it. So, not sure what we're going to do there. Let's see what happens. Let's drop the windrower here for a minute. Not looking forward to cutting this grass again because it's definitely a pain. I never considered the fact that something would happen when I turn seasons off. Right, anyway, let's pick this back up. Not looking forward to recutting this grass because it did take a while last time I did it. Definitely, it was a slow job. Not sure how we're going to get rid of the grass on the top unless we plough it and then reset it again. Maybe. Let's see what happens when we try to cut it. It's definitely going to be a bit of a muck up on my part. So let's lower it and see what happens. No. So that's not going to get rid of the white stuff. Let's see what we can do if we plough it. See if we can get rid of it. If not, I think we may have mucked this save up. We might have to try again. Have to reverse it backwards maybe. Right, so I'll put this back in there. We'll grab the Ferguson and we'll see what happens if we plough it. If we plough it and it gets rid of the white texturing on the ground, then that's great. If not, then I'm not sure what we're going to do about it, because it basically renders that field near enough unusable. Let's put it on. There we go. Okay. Let's go see if we can get rid of it doing that. Typical for something like this to happen on my first live stream of the classic challenge. But it is what it is, I suppose. There's nothing I can do about it. Right, so let's see if ploughing will get rid of it, because I really don't like it. Right, let's drop the plough. Oh, thank goodness for that. Right, yeah, so ploughing will get rid of this white texturing. So what we'll do is we'll plough the field up and then we'll replant it with grass. We'll leave the silage for now. We'll just get it reseeded with some grass. Unfortunate, but is what it is. So let's get it all ploughed up and then reset this field. I'll just reset it to grass once we've got rid of all the white. Oh, we're going to lose this save then. I really didn't want to lose it. I'd rather do this than have to revert backwards and do all that work again. Miss some. Let's just back up a bit. There we go. I'm going to get it all. Like I said, we won't reseed. We'll just I'll just reset the field, and then the field will be good. It'll be done. Because it is a glitch on the game's behalf, not on something we've done. I really don't want to be penalised for something that we didn't do. because theoretically it's not something we've done. Shouldn't take too long to get this all ploughed up and get it off. It should only take a short while at least. I hope you guys have been enjoying the classic series. I know I've only done a couple of episodes and they haven't really done all that much because I've been making some changes to the channel and we've been doing some other bits and bobs on the channel like Medieval Dynasty and what have you. But like I said, Farming Sim isn't going anywhere, it's still staying. It's just not going to be as frequent as it was because I used to do it every day and I sort of lost touch with what I wanted to do on my channel. You know, when I first sat out, it was supposed to be a simulation channel, you know, which Medieval Dynasty, even though you may not class it as a simulator, it's a life simulator, you know, so as far as I'm concerned, anything like that, you know, I'm going to play. Survival games, anything like that, I will play. It won't just be sort of like vehicle simulators and all that kind of thing. It is going to be any type of game that is sort of got the classification of a simulator. Not just the, you know, train sim, farm sim, Euro truck, and so on. I want to keep it as diverse as possible. I want to keep the channel really diverse. I do like this Ferguson tractor, it's such a good tractor. And I won't mind, I think it's only like 20 horsepower or something like that, it's not much. It's a really small horsepower tractor, but it's such a good one. It's really, really good. Really enjoy using it. Downside obviously is the size and the size of the equipment it can use. It does take a short while to get things done. But it's something we can't cope with. Hello! Yes. Yes, I will be streaming Medieval Dynasty tonight. Basically, obviously, because I'm enjoying playing Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty is going to be every night at the moment on an evening. And then, obviously, the other games that I do for my YouTube channel, so Farming Sim and what have you, I'm just going to do on a couple of days during the day in the week, just to keep up with them. And then eventually I'll start to rotate in the evenings on what I'm doing. Obviously I'll still do bits during the day if I can, you know, but it's not always possible every day. But yeah, Medieval Dynasty will be back at 8 o'clock tonight, UK time. Not too bad. Getting there slowly. It's slowly with the size of this equipment, but we will get it done. But so far I am quite enjoying this map. It's actually a really nice map. The only downside to it is I think they've put too many grass fields on the map, because like 90% of the map is grass. There's not much arable in the area, which I know where it's supposed to be set, there isn't a lot of arable farming done, but obviously as far as the game's concerned, it's you do need a bit more arable space. I think there's only 3 or 4 fields that are arable, so it does definitely need a bit more arable putting into the map. I know you can plough it up and do it yourself, which obviously isn't a problem, but there is too much grass. Way too much grass. I'll have this done soon. Not exactly what I anticipated doing today. I wasn't expecting to be doing this. But obviously, you can't predict all things that are going to happen. Things happen unexpectedly sometimes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so till 8 PM. Okie dokie, mate. I will see you tonight on the Medieval Dynasty live stream. Have a good day. Right, so we will continue. and we'll get this done. And hopefully it should be good. Or at least I hope it will. I'm just trying to think of the next sort of steps forward now that we're not on seasons, because obviously things have changed now, because it's not going to grow the same and everything's going to be sort of a bit out of whack from what we originally started off with. Bit of a nuisance, really. What I might do, I might plough up half of this and then I'll do the rest of it off camera, just because it's tedious and it's going to take a while to do, and a lot of it is just a muck up on the maps, on the map kind of thing. So we'll do a couple more rows, we'll get it started at least, and then I'll finish the rest of it off camera. I'll get it tidied up, and then you guys don't have to sit here and endure me just going back and forward with a plough, fixing a mistake that just because we turned seasons off. Let's get a bit more done, and hopefully it'll be good. Fingers crossed, at least. It is a bit of a nuisance. Nothing I could physically do about it, unfortunately. Is what it is, I suppose. Right. So before I go down another row, we'll have a look what contracts are available. So if we just stop there a second, let's have a quick look at what we've got available. Ah. Is that it? Just fertilising? Is that all we've got? Okay. That's not very good. So what I'll do then is I will fast forward time a bit while we're doing this, and then hopefully some new contracts will pop up. It is going to take a little while for contracts to appear. Obviously, because we had seasons on, it has changed the game settings, so it might take a little while for it to sort of kick back in to what it should be. Obviously, technically, we've just changed the entire game's mechanic just by switching from seasons to normal mode again. So it's going to take a little while for it to settle in and redo. That's if it hasn't sort of mucked it up and what have you. But if it has, there's nothing we can do about that. It is what it is, I suppose. Just keep going, just working our farm. It's not going to stop us doing what we want to do, and it's not going to stop me from basically doing the challenge of keeping, keeping to the classic stuff and trying to make the farm work. Like I said, it's just like this little muck up here. There's nothing we can do about that. It is what it is. What I'll do is I'll fast forward time by 30, and then hopefully it will make a difference. And we'll have another look at the contracts once we'll do this section, and then we'll have a look at the contracts again and see if it's made any difference, and see if they've updated, see if anything new has come out, and so on. But yeah, anyway, while we're just sort of doing this and what have you, for any of my subscribers, I do apologise for any of the spam from this morning. Basically, I was thinking about it, and obviously I've been doing the live streams and I've been working on getting more content to you guys, so that, more for you to enjoy. And I was sat there sort of thinking, and I thought, is it feasible? So like, if anybody hasn't made it to the live stream, or isn't a live stream kind of person, but they like to rewatch later, is it feasible for people to rewatch a 2 to 3 hour live stream? Because I know even myself, a lot of people don't have time to sit there and watch a 2 to 3 hour live stream. It's just not always possible. So basically what I was doing this morning was taking my live streams and I broke them all down into half-hour chunks. So for the majority of live streams that are like 3 hours, there'll be 7 parts to a part. So for example, part 2, if it was part 1 or part 2, if it was 3 hours, would be part 1 and then #1, #2, #3, and so on, broken into little half-an-hour chunks so that you guys can enjoy it. You know, if you haven't got time to watch it, because I know the amount of times I've looked at a video myself and it's been like 3 hours and I'm like, sack that, I'm not watching that. You know, it's just too long. So that's what I was doing. I was sort of like breaking it all into little chunks and publishing each part in chunks of half an hour. So if I did spam you and you did get a lot of notifications, I do apologise. Wasn't my intention, and I didn't really think about it till afterwards. I only have a couple more parts to do. I think there's just 2 more parts for me to work on and get out, and then that should be the spam over. So I do apologise if any of you have been spammed. You know, not my intention to annoy anybody and not my intention to spam you. But obviously I can't help the notifications going out. There is no option for me to not notify you. It's just one of them things. Nothing I can physically do about that. That's the way YouTube is set up. As soon as a video goes out, it will notify you that that video has been published. It is just an unfortunate truth kind of thing. But as well as, so obviously I've been doing Medieval Dynasty. I'm continuing with Farming Sim. Is there any other games you guys would like to see? So obviously I'm continuing with Farming Sim. Is there any particular maps that you'd like to see on Farming Sim? Please do tell me. I'm not going to say no, or I'm not going to say yes either. I will consider every sort of like suggestion. If you want to see a specific map, if I can fit it in, I will do it. I have not got an issue with that. If you want to see a specific game, as long as it sort of relates to what we're doing on the channel, so some kind of simulation, survival, anything like that, please leave a comment and I will take a look. You know, I am not shy of going and having a look at anything. I will definitely check out something, especially if it looks good. You know, it's because I know I have a habit in the past of looking at games, and as soon as I look at the cover and I think, ugh, I don't like the look of that, and I won't play it. But you know, if it's recommended, I'm quite happy to take a look at it. So please leave a comment and just let me know if it is something you would like to see on the channel. Okay, so let's have a look at the contracts. Anything updated? No, just the fertilizer and transport still. Could do with installing the refresh contracts mod. That would be nice. I think that might be an idea for next time. I'll try and get that installed. So then, if it's still the same next time we play, I can at least refresh the screen. That might be an idea. Something to think about. Right, so we're about halfway through the field now. And we can get it reset then. Obviously there's not a lot we can do while it's absolutely chucking it down. What I might do actually, I might up the time a bit more, put it to 60, and see if we can get those contracts to refresh. And not just that, it speeds time up for if things aren't growing quick enough for us. Because if we're not going to get the contracts, obviously we need something to do. And we are running low on options, especially once this has been done. Actually, that's a point. Before we go any further, let's just check out how these are set up for fertilizer and what have you. So that one now needs lime, which it didn't before. That section now needs ploughing, which it didn't before, even though I've already ploughed. Oh no, it's this section here. So they all need lime. Okay, so it has kind of mucked it up a little bit, but it's not a lot we can do about it, unfortunately. We'll fix it. It's just going to be a slow, steady progress on repairing the damage after turning seasons off. Is what it is, I suppose. Nothing we can do about it. just going to be a slow repair. But saying that, once it's done, it's done. There's nothing, you know, we don't have to do anything else then, because I won't be reactivating seasons on here. The only thing I'm really concerned about, obviously, is the daily charge maintenance. We've got 1,700 left, and obviously the daily charge maintenance on this farm is about 500, and I am a little concerned that we are going to run out of money and potentially go bankrupt, which I really don't want us to do. I really want to be able to make a go of this. Actually, that's another point, because my settings may have changed as well. Plant growth is off, so nothing's going to grow, is it? So let's put it on slow, get that off. 10 crop destruction off now. Periodic plowing on, lime on, weeds off. Yeah, everything should be fine now. Let's just quickly save it, and then that should be fine. Didn't realise my plant growth was off. Nothing's going to grow while it's doing that, is it? Nothing we can do. If it weren't growing. Speeding up time would have been completely pointless. But we'll keep going. Get this ploughing done. It's going to take time, but it is what it is. I keep saying that. You need to stop repeating yourself. But there is a reason why I normally do these in a video, and I normally time-lapse this stuff, because it is slow, and it is a little bit tedious and boring. But I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. I'm trying to engage with people a bit more. I do a lot of time-lapse stuff in my videos. I do time-lapse near enough every video and every job I do in every video. I never sort of like take the time to sit and talk, you know. So I am trying to engage with you guys a little bit more. Rather than me just do a job and time-lapse it and move on. So I do find that the time-lapse is very disengaging. You know, I'd rather do an hour and a half video, break it up into 3 parts, and then you guys can watch it at your leisure. I think that's sort of like the way forward I'm thinking of going now. So you're not going to miss anything. I know that the time lapse is maybe a little bit missed in some senses, especially when jobs do take a long time like this. But it's one of them, you know, I'm not going to be offended if you don't want to watch. But if you do, good stuff. It's always a good thing. Right, so it's getting late. I'm hoping that the contracts will refresh, especially once it goes night time. At least we're nearly done with the ploughing, and then we can get the field reset, because all this white is rather annoying. Right, we'll take out this middle section here first, and then we'll get rid of that first section, and then we'll come over here and do this section here. So that'll be a good way of doing it. Definitely a way forward for doing it. Let's take a bit off first, and then we'll run back and forward. There we go. Right, so we'll get rid of this section first, and then we'll do the back section. And then that's this field done then, and we've got rid of all that horrible white. But as well, that's another thing. While I'm doing this, you get to see a bit of the behind the scenes when things go wrong. You know, not everything's rosy and peachy. I'm not even going to pretend that it is, because it's not. You'll be surprised at how often things actually do go wrong when I'm creating my videos. And you guys don't see that, because I do correct it, you know, because a lot of the time you guys either don't want to see it, or you're not interested, or whatever. But at least now you'll actually see some of the things that do actually go wrong, you know, when I'm trying to create things. It is not always sunshine and roses. You know, obviously I do try to unedit things as much as possible, like when you know, headers fall off trailers and all that kind of thing. I tend to leave that stuff in because, one, it's funny, and two, it happens. We all know it happens. Any of us who play farming sim and what have you, we know stuff like that happens. So there's no point in me taking it out. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to pretend I'm perfect. You know, I'm just the same as you guys. No different. Things happen. Just usually, when big things like this happen, I don't tend to put them into my videos. I don't tend to record them or anything like that. Right, so it is going dark. Oh, hey, we have a little light on the back. I never even noticed that before. That's a nice little touch. Right, so now it's gone dark. We'll quickly check the contracts again, and then what I'll do is I'll speed it through till morning. So we've gained another one, but it's a transport contract. They are starting to refresh slowly, so they are coming through. At least we know that they are working still. It's not broken. Just going to be slow progress on them coming through again. So what I'll do is I'll speed time up and we'll put it straight through till morning, and then I'll slow time down again. I'll put it back on ×5. Whoa, 1,500 for property maintenance. You taking the mick? It was only 500 before. We're definitely going to need some crops in. Oh, let's slow time down again. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to get some crops harvested and get them in. That is extortion. 1,500. Thank you for following, Philip. Thank you very much. But no, that was extortionate. That it was really expensive. When I had seasons running, it was only 500, and since I've turned seasons off, it's nearly, well, yeah, tripled. It's really not great. But yeah, thank you for following and welcome to the channel, Philip Twitch Minecraft. Hey, welcome, Kavasa. I wasn't sure if you got. I thought you may have fell asleep again. But don't worry. You're not too late. You've not really missed much apart from a load of mess and a load of muck-ups. Ooh, lazy. I thought you were supposed to be streaming today. You spend all night on Medieval Dynasty. Harvesting your veg. Yeah, we'll get this last bit done and then we should be good. Oh no, we're saying that though. I can't say much. It was... I came off the stream, what was it, about 11? I stopped, and then I didn't actually go to sleep till about 2, so I can't really say much. And then I was up at, I think 7:30, so there's definitely a late one for me. Could have streamed for a bit longer. But never mind. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I was waiting for you to start streaming this one. I was like, oh, is he coming on or not? But I have followed you on Twitch, by the way. I have followed you back. So, share the love. Kind of thing. Yeah, we had a bit of a mess up on here. My game froze up because of seasons. And it keeps doing it on this map. I don't know why. It just keeps sort of like freezing out and not wanting to do things. I've actually restarted the map 3 times in the last week. So I've turned seasons off, but now all the grass that I cut is white on the field, so I'm having to plough it off to get rid of it. Because resetting the field hasn't worked. So I've spent like the last 45 minutes ploughing this white texture off my field. Because it's horrible. And then hopefully we can reset it and get it back to what it should be. We're not too far off now anyway. Just a little bit more to go. Right, I'll straighten this off. And then we can start going back up and down then. This tractor's so slow when you reverse. It's not exactly the quickest tractor in the world. He's very slow. But it's a good tractor though. Really like it. Come on. Soon be Christmas. Oh, not much to go now. Hopefully we can move on to something else in a minute then. It's definitely a tedious job ploughing. I've never been a fan of ploughing. Let's get it done. So where'd you get up to on your medieval dynasty last night? Did you do anything interesting? You can get lost and all. I'd never do this by hand on here. What? I know you can get a hand. You can actually get a hand cultivator as a mod. God no. I think I'll stick to doing it by hand on medieval. I'm not doing it on here. That would be so slow. It'd be brutal. It's weird though. It feels about the same, to be fair. Even though you do it by hand on there, it feels slower doing this on here than it does doing it on there. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just because you make the field and it's not that big, but I don't know. It's strange. This definitely feels slower. You seem to achieve jobs a little quicker, or is it maybe just because it's new? I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look at the contract page and see if it's updated now. No, still just them 3. It's not great. It's not great. Looks like we might not be doing any contracts at all. Because I'm not doing the fertilizer contracts because they end up costing you more. Why? What's up? What's it doing to you now? The other night it was telling you to stop talking. It's in review. Huh. I'll have to take a look at that. Was it a link? Just out of curiosity. Because I know I have got a setting active for... I can't remember what exactly it is. It's some kind of link. I'll have to review my settings again, because it does seem to be causing some havoc. No, just said what I was doing last night in medieval. Alright, okay. Don't get why. Because I turned all the stuff off about the paragraphing and that anyway. So... I'll have to take a look at that, so... Well, it could, yeah, could be something you said. It could be, Did you say a naughty word? But saying that though, I haven't actually got that set up for profanity or anything. Obviously, I've set it up for just general profanity, but not any keywords or anything. But saying that though, it might just recognise a word as a keyword, but you might not necessarily be one. Because it's like on certain games when you want to call yourself a specific thing, and because it's got a section of a keyword, it doesn't allow it. I can see the message I sent, and unless I don't know the swear word, then maybe. Try rewriting it in just a couple of little sections, and then you may be able to highlight which section has the word in it. You might be able to figure it out. It's I've not come across that yet. Not come across that one. Right, anyway. Nearly done now. This field is nearly finished. I was just doing some tasks for neighbours just to get some rep. I need 1,000 for the next chapter. Oh, right, that's okay. Not too bad. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of doing tonight, to be fair. Working on doing some more chapters. I was supposed to do that last night, but we only ended up doing half of one. On the word doing, I missed out the I. So, dong. Okay. I don't get how that's a profound word. It's just like going ding dong for a bell. I don't know. That's a new one. That's definitely a new one. I don't know how it could even recognise that as a profound word. That's weird. I've never seen that. Oh, well, yeah. Right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I have heard it called that before. Never registered actually until you just said it then. Well, at least it picks up on words that aren't commonly used. But yeah, that one's definitely a different one. That's interesting. Hey, we're nearly done. I hate ploughing. It's not one of my favourite things to do. But at least all the white's off the field. And it's gone. Right, let's get out of the field and then we can reset it. Theoretically just done all this ploughing for nothing, but, you know, all it was just to get the white off the field. Okay, so let's reset it. So it's field 40. Sorry about all the clicking. So field 40, it's supposed to be grass. We'll reset it to its max growth. 50% fertilizer is what it was anyway. And let's get it done. Perfect. So that is now returned to normal. Finally. I'm glad that's done. That was a chore and a half. Right. So our fields are growing nicely. We've got the soybeans, canola, and then I can't remember what we put in that field. I think it was wheat or barley or something. I think it was wheat that we put in that field. So it looks like if there's no contracts, we're going to have to cut that field again. Take that off, leave that here. Check the contract page again. Yep, nope, nothing. So we are going to go and recut that field, which I'm really not looking forward to doing because this tractor with this mower is incredibly slow and it's incredibly painful. And I wouldn't mind, we haven't even got enough money to buy the collection wagon now after that money went out with the fees. Wasn't anticipating it, but obviously nothing I can do about that. Right, so let's try this again. Oh, this is so painful. Should have got the finger arm mower rather than this one. So slow. But never mind, nothing we can do about it now. We haven't got the money to replace it or change it, unfortunately. Is what it is. Just have to make the most of it. What I'll do is I'll go around the... we might do a little section at a time, actually. So rather than doing the entire field, because of how small and slow it is, we might just do sort of like this section, and then we'll go and do that section another time. Just do a bit at a time. I think that might be an easier way of doing it. Because when you get on the climb, it doesn't want to go. I don't mind, it's only a small gradient at all. It does not like it. Come on. You know you can do it. 2 miles an hour for the win. Oh, we're on 3 now. We're making progress. Come on. What I might do is go back and forward on the bit where it will actually move. Might be easier. Could be faster. What I'll do is pull around here, like so. And we'll just go up and down on this section because it is a lot quicker. Because it'll actually move on this bit. There we go, we're moving. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot quicker if I just keep doing that. Keep going back and forward. Because going uphill is really slow. So we'll go back to the top now. And come back down again. I think I will change this mower out as soon as we can afford to. The only reason why I went for this one is because the mower was cheaper. Get what you pay for, I guess. It's dodgy. This would have been done in no time with a finger bar. But I suppose when you try a mod for the first time, it's you don't always realise what you're going to get. By the way, Kavasa, is the engine noise louder than me? Just out of curiosity. Or can you hear me perfectly fine? Or anybody who's watching, by the way, sorry, I didn't mean to just single out then. I was just curious. Because I know this tractor can be incredibly loud. Is it louder than me? Yeah. Right, just give me a second then. Alright, okay. That's fine, as long as you can hear me. Because it's, I know on my recordings in the past, the sound of this tractor has drowned me out because it is incredibly loud. So it does get very loud. The Ferguson's not too bad. That's not that loud. It's just this one. Especially when you get a piece of equipment on it, and the engine revs up. You can hardly hear anything for it. Okie dokie, right. Let's hopefully get this bit finished and then we'll get it rolled up. and then we'll do the section at the bottom at another time, because we can't afford the collection wagon yet anyway. We need to pass some time to get some crops harvested, get them sold. It's all because I had to turn the seasons off. It's kind of mucked it up a little bit. It's thrown me out of whack of what I was doing. Just shows though, you can plan as much as you want, but it does not mean it is going to go to plan. You can plan as much as you want, but half the time it never does it never goes the way you want it to. It never goes the way you want it to. Okay. We're getting there, slowly. I really do want to change this mower out as soon as I can. It does make life harder. So that'll be one of the first things we do. Once we get some money in, we'll replace this. Get it, get the thing back. Because this is just painful. Having to go back and forward like this. Okie dokie. Round and round we go. Let's keep going round. There we go. I think the thing that's more annoying is I've already done this once. Did it in the last episode. But, oh well. What can I do? It is what it is. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it does make me think though that, like, with the vintage machinery, how slow it is and what have you, how farmers ever used to get anything done. Because it is slow work for them. I mean, how did they used to provide enough for the population kind of thing to make it worthwhile? It baffles me. The amount of hours they must have used to put in to achieve a fraction of what they achieve today with modern machinery. Well, yeah, that is very true. That is very true. They were faster than handwork. That is incredibly true. And I suppose with a machine like this, you could cover more hectares than doing it by hand as well. So, yeah. They are really good, very well built now. But, yeah, you buy a tractor and it's very... Well, that is true. That is also true. Modern things and as well built, you know. I find it kind of funny though, because it's like me personally, I do have a new car, you know, it is new, and And the reason why I bought it was because I was sick of my old one breaking down. So I did before I had this one. I had I think it was like 12, 14 years old, something like that, and I was tired of it breaking down, so I bought a new one. But then it's one of them where you go from one end of the spectrum. If you go to the classics, as long as you maintain them regularly, they will keep running. They will just keep running and running and running because they're so well built. And then you sort of go middle area, sort of like modern classics, and they break down like nobody's business, even if you maintain them. You know, you can maintain them as much as you want. I remember when I was a kid, my dad was a mechanic, and he was a roadside mechanic. He used to have a garage at the side of the house. People would bring cars around and repair them, and you could guarantee that he would at least have one Ford in his garage every day. Because they used to break down that frequently. Every day, at least one person would bring a Ford into the garage, because even you could maintain them as much as you want, they were always breaking down. It was funny, and the amazing thing is, he knew how to repair anything on a Ford. He could repair any part on a Ford because of how much he'd worked on them. But he would never own one. He would never buy one, because even though he knew how to repair them, he knew how bad they were, so he'd never buy one. He actually bought, if I'm right, he bought his first Ford. He bought a Ford Mondeo, I think it was. It's got to be 6-7 years ago. You know, and bear in mind, he's like 70 now. So it was I think it was about 6 years ago he bought his first Ford, and the funny thing is he actually loved it. he did when he eventually got rid of it. He didn't want to get rid of it. He absolutely loved the thing, and it's like, yeah, all those years you was avoiding them. But ironic. But hey ho, another little story for you. I'm full of little stories. Right, we're nearly done on this now. Not too much left. You know when you criticise something so much until you get it and you think, why didn't I? Like, yeah, you know, amount of times I've done that. You know, I did the same. God, it's got to be 10 years, about 10 years ago now. My brother-in-law, we went round to see my sister and my brother-in-law, and he was sat playing Minecraft. And every time I went round and he was playing Minecraft, I used to criticise him for it, because I was like, oh, it's a kid game, it's a kid's game, it's rubbish, you know, why are you playing all that, you know, why are you playing that, blah blah blah. And I really criticised it. And this one particular day, he said, why didn't you have a go with me? And I was like, nah, it's rubbish, can't be bothered with that. Anyway, I did. I sat down and we went on multiplayer, and I had a game with him. And needless to say, that night I went home and bought it. And then after that, I must have sunk about 3,000 hours into Minecraft. So yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from with that one. Oh, don't get me started on Minecraft. I played that for 9 years, non-stop. That was my go-to game, still is. I played since school. I was in year 7. Yeah, no, that's the thing. You know, I think the first time I played Minecraft was on PlayStation 3, 4. Would have been PlayStation 4, wouldn't it? Yeah. Like when it first came out on PlayStation 4, kind of thing. A couple of months after it came out. And that's the first time I ever played it, and I played it a lot up until probably about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And yeah, I was the same. It was one of my go-to games, especially if I had nothing to do. You know, I just wanted to build something or whatever. You know, I remember on one particular map I actually built a fort. There was a massive mountain in the middle of the seeded map that I had, and I ended up literally starting at the top and digging my way through the mountain and replacing every block and turning it into this massive fort. So the entire fort that I built was built out of this mountain that I built it into, and it was amazing. I spent hours doing that, and then when they actually how to get chickens. Yeah, no, but the thing is though, and that's another thing that's kind of funny, as a content creator, at the time you'll make something and you're like, yeah, that was really good, that, I'm glad I did that, and then years down the line you'll look back at it and think, that was minging, why did I do that? Why did I even bother? You know, because it's like, before I did YouTube this time, I attempted YouTube, I think it was about 3 years ago. I made a grand total of about 10, 15 videos. Didn't do many. Was it 3 years? 2, 3 years ago. I can't remember exactly how long. It was on FS19 anyway. But I was recording FS17 from release. So it was like, I started the week of release of FS17 on recording on my PlayStation. So I was doing the content off my PlayStation and recording it onto my PC and then putting it up to YouTube. And when I first started doing YouTube this time, and I logged back into the channel that I did it on, and I was watching some of the videos, I was like, oh my god, what was I doing? My audio quality was horrific, my video quality was horrific, and it was just like, and even my gameplay and me talking. And, you know, because like now, I don't feel, you know, I know everybody's sort of usually critical of themselves unless they think they're awesome. I don't think I'm awesome, you know, but it's one of them where, even now, I don't think my commentary is the best. I think sometimes I do struggle with things to say, and I do struggle, think of topics to talk about sometimes. And I sort of look at my videos and think, oh, that's not so great, all that kind of thing. But when I compare it to what I used to do, or some of my earlier videos on this channel, and I start looking at it and think, how have I even got any subscribers? Kind of thing. But yeah, you know, some videos that you do you make you cringe. Well, yeah, this is it. Like I said, I don't consider myself the best. I don't consider myself the worst, but I think it's like, from my perspective, I feel that it's good that I'm critical of myself, because then it pushes me to do better. Just because, you know, if you think you're perfect, then you're not going to strive to do better, and then you're just going to sort of stagnate, if you get what I mean. You know, I do not think I'm the best. I know I'm not the best. You know, and I always do try to do better. I do get radio silent a little bit sometimes when I'm streaming or when I'm recording, and I shouldn't, but it's like, what do I say? You know, but it is what it is, isn't it? Can't have it perfect every time. Right, so the mowing is done on the first half of the field. We can finally use the windrower. There we go. And then I don't think we're going to be able to collect it today because we haven't got the money to buy the collection wagon. So it's going to be a case of just row it up and then do it. So I just checked when my first video was uploaded, and it was in 2011. Wow. So you've really been doing YouTube that long? So that's an achievement. That is an achievement. 2011, wow. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Let's go the other way, because otherwise it's going to be too close to the hedgerow. Well, yeah, no, that's an achievement, that, Cabassa. So, at least you've managed to stick it out all them years. You know, my first attempt of doing YouTube, I gave up. You know, because I wasn't getting my views there and then. I gave up. But I was working as well at the time, so obviously putting more effort in around work and what have you. It's one of them. Sometimes you just expect instant glorification, and it doesn't happen. yes, it's on and off. You know, I still want to be a content creator, but it's not easy to balance things like that. And you need to study, work, and other things. No, that's very true, and that's what I was just saying then, innit? You know, the first time I did YouTube, I was working quite a lot, you know, I'm trying to get that work-life balance and do that kind of stuff. It can be really challenging. It can be really challenging, you know. But whereas, like, at the moment, I'm in a situation where I'm a bit blessed for time, you know, so I have got time to do this kind of thing. So it's obviously it may not stay like this, but for now, it's I am blessed with some time to actually do the content and get it out. So, but no, I know exactly where you're coming from on that. I know exactly where you're coming from. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Right, let's go back the other way, and then that will hopefully make a double windrow then. Oh no, it's not doing. It's just flicking the other windrow. Never mind. Oh, let's turn that off because it's just flicking it everywhere. So if I move out a little bit, I'm not used to using these single windrowers. I usually use the ones that row it behind you. Don't usually use the singles. But saying that, it's only a small field. It's only a bit. What I might do actually, I might run off the edge rather than going round. I'll run off the edge like so. Yeah. And then we'll turn round and I'll go back the other way and we'll do it that way. I think that'll be a lot easier. Do it in rows like that. There we go. Make some decent size swaths. See, this is the speed that we should have been doing with a mower. That mower is just so slow. Horrible. Right. Try and get this right so I'm not fucking it everywhere. There we go. I think we got that then. Get it all into one nice swath. And then it's ready for collecting. Not that we can do it yet, but it's there ready. I'm hoping what I might do is before the next stream I'll advance time a little bit to get at least one of the crops ready, because otherwise we're going to be stuck with nothing to do, and the contract list doesn't seem to be updating that quickly. I might get the, like I said before, get the contract update mod and see how that goes. I'm watching the video, it has copyright music on it and no strike. Those were the days. I just noticed I have download. You know, I remember buying San Andreas on PS4, I think. You know, when they did the PlayStation Classics sort of thing. I don't know if you have a PlayStation, but they released like a PlayStation Classics thing, and they released one of the first games they released was San Andreas, and I was like, oh, I've got to play that. And this was after GTA 4, 5 came out. I can't remember which one it was. And I went on it and I was like, oh my god, look at the graphics. You know, if you go back and play a game sometimes, it really ruins the memory you have for that game. You know, you used to think it's such an, you know, amazing graphics and all that kind of thing, and then when you go back, it's like, that's not the game I remember. Oh, but it was a good game though. I used to love San Andreas. Spent hours playing that. I sunk hundreds of hours in San Andreas. Sunk hundreds of hours into that game. But it was a good game. It was very good. But yeah, they have gone a bit overboard now with all the copyright stuff and what have you. You know, just to get a bit of simple music on your channel, you've got to adhere to all these rules and regulations and what have you. And it's like going overboard. Yeah, 'cause it's like with me. I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, just so that I can use music on my channel without getting any copyright slams. Yeah, well that's it. Well, I have it connected to my to both my accounts, so I'm covered. So I'm all right there. Just to play it safe, kind of thing. You got to do it. It's not worth the strike. It's just not worth it. Just another ploy to get money out of you. That's all they ever seem to do these days, is just come up with new ways to squeeze more money out of you. Oh, didn't know there was a fence in there. I think we're only going to go up and down once, maybe 2 more times now. And that should be it's rolled up. At least we'll get a little bit of silage on the go ready for some cows. Won't be a lot, but it'll be a bit. At least be a couple of thousand litres. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're nearly done. It's been a bit of an eventful stream, this one, to be honest, with all the muck-ups and errors. Wasn't anticipating any of this when I started doing this stream today. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. All part of the fun, I guess. All part of the fun. Can't wait till this farm actually starts to produce something and get some money in. At the moment, all we're doing is hemorrhaging money. We're not making any. But once we start getting the first couple of crops in, I think we'll start to make some money then. That's when things will start to change. Or at least I hope they will. Can only hope. I think one more pass should do it. Should just about I think we'll just grab that there. Should go like that. That's it, yeah. And then if we just run over it one more time and get it all into one swath, that should be good. Do one more run on it, neaten it up a little bit, and that should be good for collection then. Job done. Okay. That's that all rolled up. Obviously we can't do anything with it now until we get that wagon, which won't be too long, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, let's quickly check that contract list again. No, it's still the same 3. It's not updated again yet. Seems to be taking its time. I think I'll definitely... Oh no, we run out of fuel! That's a problem. It's stuck in the middle of the driveway. I wasn't paying attention to the fuel gauge. what we're going to do about that. I'm going to have to see if I can get the fuel can, jerry can mod. And so we can get some fuel in that. So that we can get it moved. Because at the moment it's blocking the driveway. But anyway, on that note, I am going to leave the stream there. Because unfortunately I do have some other things to do today. So thank you for watching. I will be back again at 8 PM UK time tonight with some Medieval Dynasty. If you'd like to join, please come along to the stream and join. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell or follow on Twitch. And I will see you all later. Thanks so much for watching and bye for now. See you later, Kabasa.